Tyreek said peace. Welcome back to the Team Tales podcast. I'm Team 12, and today we're going to be talking about how Tyreek Hill was traded to the Dolphins. I'm going to be talking about what this does for both teams, the stuff that implements into this trade, and what this does for just wide receivers and players in the NFL. So to start it out, the Dolphins traded not two first round picks. They traded this year first round pick, second round pick, and fourth round pick, and next year fourth and sixth rounder. Along with this, Tyreek Hill, this is a massive part for the Dolphins offense. They have Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, they have Chase Edmonds, and they picked up Raheem Mostert in free agency. So it makes it from a middle-of-the-road offense, just from stagnant and just kind of lethargic and awkward at times, to a potentially high-powered offense this NFL season that can really do some damage. For the Chiefs, I don't know what you do here. You maybe package your two first-round picks this year, move up into the draft someone maybe like Chris Olave at the end of the round if you don't trade up, or you trade up to the draft and go to like somewhere in the 15 slot or the 20 or the 17 and draft the number one wide receiver in the draft. There's not a super clear pathway for their options. They could do that and then sign Jarvis Landry. They could just sign Jarvis Landry and have Juju and just roll with that. But ever since Tyreek Hill came into that Chiefs offense, that was the first season that Travis Kelce had his first 1,000-yard season. There's a pretty big correlation there. Tyreek Hill was the deep guy that forced teams to always play into double safety coverage. No matter what, you have to have two safeties back there, or else you're getting beat over the top every single play. Zero other Tyreek Hills in the NFL. The only guy that's even close is Mecole Hardman, but he's nowhere even near close to Tyreek Hill. The only thing he has in common is his speed, and other than that, he's kind of a bad wide receiver. He's wide receiver 3 at best. Juju, he can't take up all the stuff that Tyreek Hill leaves on the table. He's just a slot wide receiver at best, and he's barely even a solid wide receiver 3. So I don't know how that's going to work. Like their TikToks, I ain't watching those. That's going to be horrifying with the Jackson Mahomes, Juju Smith-Schuster combo. I saw a thing out today where Jackson Mahomes was like, hey, we got a collab now. We got the number 2 TikToker for the NFL on my team now. But yeah, it's an awkward situation for the Chiefs, and there's no super clear path for them. But for the Dolphins, you got a really good offense now. I don't know about Tua. His biggest the biggest weakness in his game is the deep ball and that deep ball accuracy. So I don't know how that's potentially going to work with the chemistry, because wide receiver quarterback combos, it's all about chemistry. We saw DK and Russell first 2 years chemistry on point, but at the end of that second year, in this last third year, their chemistry was horrifying. Russell hated throwing the ball to DK. He wouldn't just trust him and toss it up there like Kurt Warner would, or Ryan Fitzpatrick, or whoever it was, to Larry Fitz, and trust him to just catch it, because that's the type of player DK is. He had a better pace in his first 2 years than Julio Jones and Calvin Johnson, two of the greatest wide receivers in NFL history, and you just don't throw to the guy. So I don't know what Wilson's plan was there, but it just didn't make sense. But overall, I think this is a better trade for the Dolphins. NFL has proved that you can't just completely throw cap space out of the water, and that it's pointless. You can massage it, you can move it down the road, and that's it. You can't just straight up cap space, non-existent. It just can't happen. It's cap space for a reason. The reason that the Chiefs did move on from Hill is because of cap space. He wanted to be paid $30 million a year, like he got, more than Devontae Adams, which is crazy. And he wanted to get paid that. He got that. Chiefs couldn't pay him that, so they had to trade him. I think they got decent value for him. I think if DK gets traded, I'll talk about that in a later video. There are talks, rumors, not talks that I've heard of, but there's whispers of what if he does get traded. I think DK would go for 2 first rounders and he would go for more than Hill, because he's a younger player. And Tyreek Hill, he's approaching his 30s. NFL teams, they see you in your 30s, they're like, okay, yeah, you had some great years there, but how many of those years do you have left? Especially for a player that heavily relies on speed. So, tell me in the comments what you think about the trade. I think that it's a good trade for the Dolphins, and I think the Chiefs are in a kind of a tough spot with the rest of the division, absolutely blowing it out of the water right now, and with them moving backwards, it seems. So tell me what you think in the comments. I'll have a link in my description for my Discord, and other than that, have a good rest of your day.